Notice that the sheriff will be talking about a gang enforcement initiative today. And without further ado, I give you Sheriff Richard Roundtree.
Thank you, Chief. Everybody good? Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. At the end of the news conference, we will give each of you a media packet to detail some of the things we will be discussing today, and we also will email said package to the other media outlets. I am pleased to be joined today by our Assistant U.S. Attorney Tara Lyons, by District Attorney Natalie Payne, Assistant District Attorney Mackenzie Gray, FBI Resident Agent in Charge Brian Osmond, Brian over here, and FBI Special Agent Trip Godby in the back. I will read from a prepared statement, then we will have remarks by U.S. Attorney Lyons, and then we'll open the floor up for any questions that you may have. I started by saying when I ran for sheriff, one of my campaign promises was that we will establish a gang unit in Richmond County, a gang task force to aggressively target and reduce gang activity within Richmond County. The purpose of this task force was to disrupt, dismantle, and neutralize gang organizations in the Augusta area. We've had some positive success over the past few years by targeting gangs such as the Hilltop Gang and the LOE, Loyalty Over Everything Gang. And these operations targeted and disrupted the organizational structure of these gangs, resulting in identifying multiple defendants and issuing of multiple criminal indictments against these organizations and their members, and especially at the leadership level. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office and our federal and local partners stand before you today to report that we continue to aggressively target gang activity in the Augusta area. So today, the Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the Richmond County Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office want to announce that we have recently rendered another significant blow toward gang activity in this area by issuing state and federal indictments against significant members of the Blood Nation street gang known as Sex, Money, and Murder. This gang is based in and operates primarily in the southern quarter of Richmond County. The 9 individuals who you were indicted and you will provide the list of, all were charged with the violation of the Street Gangs Terrorism and Prevention Act. But other charges also include murder, aggravated assault, firearms possession, and drug offenses. The individuals charged, again, along with the Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act, are Anthony Jaquez Butler, also charged with aggravated assault, possession of a firearm in the commission of a crime, and theft by receiving stolen property, a firearm. Christopher Cohen, also charged with theft by receiving stolen property, i.e. a firearm, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Philip Edward Jackson, also charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Jamal Octavius Duke, also charged with murder, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Rayshawn V. Coleman, also charged with aggravated assault, cruelty to children in the first degree, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Jonathan Edward Duke, also charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Johnny R. Franklin, also charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Edward Leonard Wiley, also charged with aggravated assault, cruelty to children in the first degree, false imprisonment, and cruelty to children in the third degree. And finally, Rashad Smith, also charged with possession and possession of MDMA, commonly known as ecstasy. The investigation has resulted in a significant reduction of gun violence in the gang's main sphere of operation, which is the area south of Tobacco Road, referred to by the Sheriff's Office as Zone 7. As I stated, since these individuals have been targeted and incarcerated, the violent crime has reduced significantly in that area. Besides our partners present today, I especially want to thank the members of our gang task force, our intelligence unit, and field operations for the hours and hours of tirelessly painstaking work to make this case and bring this case home. The Sheriff's Office, along with our federal and local partners, are currently focusing on additional organizations as we speak, and that we believe will result in significant arrests and prosecutions in the very near future. Our message is simple. If you are still engaging in gang activity in Richmond County, that it may not be today, and it may not be tomorrow, and it may not even be next month, but just know that your turn is coming. I will now turn over to Attorney Lyons. Attorney Lyons.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia, Bobby Christine, I am here to applaud the efforts of District Attorney Natalie Payne, the District Attorney's Office for Augusta, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Roundtree, and our partners at the FBI. U.S. Attorney Christine knows that without this partnership, their work and dedication, we would not be able to restore the confidence in the security of our neighborhoods here in Augusta. In 2017, Attorney General Jeff Sessions renewed the Department of Justice's emphasis on the Project Safe Neighborhoods initiative. This PSN initiative is intended to leverage law enforcement and community partnerships in order to reduce violent crime in our communities. U.S. Attorney Christine believes that strengthening these relationships is the key to taking violent offenders off of the streets and out of the neighborhoods that are plagued by illegal activities. The 3 individuals that are being federally prosecuted in this case are all being charged with the illegal possession of firearms. Our federal prosecutions provide the benefit of stiffer sentences without the option of parole. This gives us an additional effective tool for removing violent criminals from our neighborhoods. Federal sentencing also allows us to separate gang members by sending them to prisons outside of the state of Georgia. Our U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Georgia, under the leadership of U.S. Attorney Bobby L. Christine, is committed to building partnerships with our local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies in order to make our communities safer. Thank you.
We'll take any questions.